Is the film show, which we all know and love... Shall I say, was the film show your idea in the first place?
No, it wasn't. No. I was the third person to present it, but in the old days it was shown only in London and the South East, and they were trying to find new people for television, so they rotated the presenter every 6 weeks, and I was the third one.
And why didn't they rotate you after 6 weeks?
Well, they did. And then they rotated lots of other people, and then about a year later they came along and said, "Do you want to do it full time?" And I thought, nice day job, yeah.
And did you think that you'd be here because this is the 25th year that he's been presenting film, 96, 92, 87, whatever you want to call it? Did you think you'd still be here?
Oh, God, no. No, nobody thought it was going to last, you know.
But it has done it. And you know why it's lasted? It's lasted because of you, Barry Norman.
Oh.
Shut. Because you hold the viewers, yeah. And I understand why you say people wouldn't think it was going to last, because we got a copy of the first show.
Oh, my God.
Good evening. Tonight, Joseph Losey the assassination of Trotsky. Michael Caine teams up with Mickey Rooney in Pulp. We take a look at Shirley MacLaine in The Possession of Joel Delaney, and we'll be looking at the work of the British Film Institute Production Board.
See?
That guy's got no future, you know that?
Well,
no, never last.
See, Rory Bremner would not have been able to do an impression of him.
No, he wouldn't, that's true.
But later on, you had you developed these idiosyncrasies, didn't you?
Well, I suppose we all do.
Well, I suppose so.
Yeah.
Can I ask you,
You'll develop some of your own, Chris.
Well, I hope so. Over the 25 years, you've interviewed probably everybody in films that's anyone. Who would you say is the biggest, well, to put it bluntly, the biggest shit out of all of them?
Well, I don't actually have a shit list, but the one who actually made
Go on, Barry, go on, say it, go on.
He made me so flaming mad that we almost had a fight, which would have been very stupid on my part because he's much tougher than I am, and that was Robert De Niro.
Really?
Yeah.
What did he do? Why did he get your goat then?
Well, I think he comes from Mars to start with.
Really?
Yeah, I really do. I mean, he's a brilliant actor. I must grant him that. But we had this interview, and it was totally absurd. He kept us waiting for an hour at the Savoy Hotel in London. And I said, why the delay? And they said, well, he's waiting for his shirt to come back from the laundry.
Right.
Now, if someone had said to me, how many shirts do you think Robert De Niro's got? I'd have said more than one.
Right.
But he turned up in this grotty shirt. It was a sort of Hawaiian beach shirt, a really awful thing. And then he wasn't interested. I mean, he had asked for the interview through his film company.
I know the feeling. This week, the very same thing happened to me.
Yeah. I know it's happening to you now, isn't it?
No, yeah.
No, and he just sat there, and if I were De Niro and you were me, you'd ask a question, and he'd direct the answer over there or over there. You know, which, as you can see, this doesn't really work, does it, Chris?
Not really, no, not at all, Barry. But did you show him that you were perturbed, or were you polite and professional and you didn't let him know that you were angry about this?
I don't think I let him know, but then I asked him a question. It's a very long and involved story how this question came about, but I asked him a question which was a genuine question, and he thought I don't know, he thought I was trying to stir up trouble.
Right.
So at the end of it, he as I said, went to shake hands and say, thank you very much. He said, you had to get that one in, didn't you? And I said, what are you talking about?
Oh, good lad.
And he said, you know what I'm talking about. And he got up and he walked out. And by this time, I was so cross and thoughtless that I followed him, saying, what is your something problem? And then he turned round and we were standing like this. And he said, you know what my problem is? And I'm saying, no, I don't. And so it was childish.
Okay.
And there came a point when I thought, Jesus, I hope this stops soon, because if he hits me, I'm in trouble.
Yeah. But it would have been cool. It would have been cool. Could you tell us out of the, because you've said you don't like him, but he can act. Could you tell us three big stars who are millions of pounds, who are out of control, who you think can't act?
I'll tell you something. Those two fellas we saw in the pre-credit sequence are sitting in the cinema. They're both better actors than Arnold Schwarzenegger.
All right. Okay, I know you particularly don't like him because you've told me that before. Do you think the film industry's out of control? Because there's all this stuff that the government are saying this week that the sex and the violence leads to kids growing up and doing more sex and more violence they shouldn't do, and they're going to curb the industry. Do you agree with that? I know Michael Winner was on TV this week and he certainly didn't agree with it.
Well, I always get worried when politicians leap on that particular bandwagon, because when they start saying, good Lord, this is violent, criminal society, and it's all the fault of television, it's all the fault of the movies. What they're trying to do is to find a scapegoat. I mean, it isn't the fault of television, it isn't the fault of the movies. I think that films reflect society. I don't think they form society. And what the government and what politicians are doing when they're trying to focus all our anger on films and TV is trying to make us forget that this is a violent and crime-ridden society because there is poverty, because there is homelessness, and because there is unemployment. And we should never be fooled when politicians start doing righteous things like that.
I knew you'd give a great answer to that question. I knew that. I said we've got to ask him this one. He's going to give a good answer. Right now, I think one of the things. I mean, obviously you're a fantastic film critic, and to hold an audience just sat in that chair like you do every week, I think is fantastic. And you've been doing it for so long, and I hope you go on forever. But one of the reasons you're so good at holding the eye line is because you can read autocue like nobody else. Because you'd never know, but Barry reads his whole show, and you'd never know he's reading it. And so, if you don't mind, would you take us into the next break, please, Barry, with some... We've never had an autocue machine in the studio before. Normally they give me these boards, which I don't deal very well with, so they don't invest in autocue machines for me. But this is the next link. Can you just... And watch, his eyes will not move, and this is why Barry Norman's the best in the business. Off you go.
This is some kind of audition, Chris, is it?
I don't think you need it, but if you like.
All right, well, if a terpsichorean titillation, and titillation, by the way, is spelt incorrectly, is the path you seek... And let's face it, I enjoy a good excuse me as much as the next man, then let me briefly list, or indeed run by you, the upcoming schedule, time allowing. Still to come, Zoe Ball, Harry Loads of Money Enfield, Louise Wenner, The Relief Teacher, The Fine Young Cannibals, and Dodgy.